morning. Before starting the session, please confirm, is my voice is audible clearly? Anyone, please respond.
Audible.
Yes. So again, the same thing I already explained in the last class. In case any network issues, please stay on this session. I will rejoin within 5 minutes. And the most important thing is, if you have any doubts at any point of time, unmute yourself and ask the doubt, or else you can ping the message in the chat box. You can do any of the things, your wish. Now, I am moving to the session. What we had discussed in the last session, we discussed identifiers. I will repeat within 5 to 10 minutes. Understand carefully. What is an identifier? Identifier is simply a name that is given to the components, that is either a variable or a constant or an object, class, function. We are using some names in your programming language. For giving the names, we are using identifier. That means they follow some rules. What are the rules they follow? So it contains alphabets A to Z, either lowercase, uppercase, both are different, and digits 0 to 9, and the only special symbol underscore. Very good. The only special symbol underscore. Okay. Now what is the very important point? Does not starts with a digit. Does not starts with a digit. It starts with underscore. It starts with alphabet. Okay. After completion, we discussed the next one, keyword. What is mean by keywords? Some words are reserved for some specific purpose. Everyone getting the point? If you have any doubt, online also, if you have any doubt, immediately ask the doubt. I will explain clearly. So, keywords. What is mean by keyword? Simply the words that are reserved for some specific purpose. Those are keywords. The very important thing is, what is the important thing? Identifiers cannot be keywords. Identifiers cannot be keywords. And one more thing is, there is no limit on the length of the identifier. Identifier can be take 8 characters, 10 characters, 20 characters, anything. Okay. So 2 points are covered related to programming language. I said Python has a total of 33 keywords. Clear? Those 2 topics are clear. After that, we install the basic Python IDLE. Basic Python IDLE. Everyone installed in your system? Remember, everyone must and should install. Suppose even you are not installed up to now, install today. If you have any doubt for installation, ask me in the next session. Or else come and I will show you the installation step by step. Even that is a very basic installation. Simply click next. Within 2 minutes, the software is installed. No need to do anything. Once that installation is completed, that is IDLE is available, then what is the thing? We are writing the Python program in 2 modes. One is interactive mode, second one is script mode. Yes or no? What is the difference? Generally, in interactive mode, we are writing small piece of code. That is, 1 line of code are written in interactive mode. If your program size is increases, then we are moving to script mode. So these things are completed in the last session. Yes, one student asked, can you please, 1 second, what the message is? Can you please show the installation again, sir? I have missed it yesterday. Okay, no problem. I will show you at the end of this session. After completion of the topics, the installation is shown at the end of the session. Okay, one more thing, no problem. If anyone is unable to attend our last session, or day before session, or today's session, the 3 sessions recordings are available. Okay, the 3 sessions recordings are available. You go with the recordings and you will get the clear idea. But no problem, by the end of today's session, I will show you the installation once again, if anyone needed. Now, What is the first topic? I entered into the programming. Variables. This is my first topic. Variables. Now, move step by step and understand carefully. Very, very important. Why? That is the basic building block. For any programming language, the basic building block is variable. What is mean by variable? Variable is simply a memory location. Variable is simply a memory location to hold a value. Understand? Variable is a memory location to hold a value. That means in the previous program, addition of two numbers. You remember? Addition of two numbers. A holds the value 2, B holds the value 3. There, A and B are called variables. A and B are called variables. Suppose if you are writing the statement A is equal to 2, what is the meaning of this one? Whenever you are writing the statement, inside your system, some memory is allocated. Yes or no? Compulsory, you have to stay in some address. Exactly, whatever the information you are given, that information must and should be stored in some memory location. Assume this is the memory location referred by A. Each and every location have some address. Yes or no? Yes. Assume the address is some 1000, but it is not 1000. Depending upon the system, the address may vary. Assume the address is 1000. Here the value 2 is stored. Here the value 2 is stored. Now, if you are creating a variable, b is equal to some 5. Again, the same logic. B with some address. Suppose address is 2000. Like this, a variable can hold the information. This is my first basic point. I am not moving in depth. In C, C++, Java, Python, all the languages, the definition is same. Variable is a memory location which is used to hold a value. A value. A value means what is my meaning? What is my meaning? It holds a single value. It holds a single value. Suppose you are writing the statement A is equal to 2 comma 3. This is wrong. That means a single variable can hold a single value. Now, I will show you execution point of view. What is the procedure? First, IDLE, go to the start. After installation of your Python, IDLE, press enter. IDLE, press enter. Okay. It opens this Python IDLE. It opens this Python IDLE. Here for single line of instructions, directly you will execute in the interactive mode. First, A is equal to 2. So created successfully or not? B is equal to 3. Created successfully. Suppose C is equal to some 4 comma 5. C is equal to 4 comma 5. Press enter. Now what happens? Created. If it is not created in the sense, it gives an error. It is not created, it gives an error. But created. But what I said? So observe this one. Here variable can hold only a single value. But even though I assign two values, the two values are stored. This is possible in Python. Remember, a variable holds single value. That is perfectly right. But why it stores two value? It stores two value as not a value. It stores as a tuple. You don't know the term tuple right now. So once we move on, we will understand. This is not stored as a single value. This is stored as a tuple, not a value. For example, if you type a, just what happens? Whatever the value present in A, that is displayed. What A contains? 2. Enter. Observe. Simply 2 is displayed. Now B, 3 is displayed. Now C. Actually, how C is to be displayed? 4, 5. But a variable hold only one value. Here C is converted into a tuple. They are present inside parentheses. Observe. Now this thing is considered as a single one. Now you got it. You are not providing any parentheses. You are given only 4 comma 5, but automatically the parenthesis is taken. Right now, you are not considering this one. Once we are moving to the concept of tuple, you will understand. Right now, what is your intention? A variable can hold only one value. That is fine. Now, first point is completed. Now, my second point is multiple assignment. What is meaning of assignment? Here A is equal to or B is equal to 5. Assigning the value 5 to B, that is called assignment. What is the meaning of multiple assignment? You can assign multiple values at a time. Multiple values at a time. Suppose, see this execution. Here I have the variable x comma y comma z. Assume I have 3 variables x comma y comma z is equal to 1 comma 2 comma 3. It is possible in Python. Remaining languages, it is not possible. In Python, here we can assign multiple values. What is the structure they following? X comma y comma z is equal to 1, 2, 3. Now, 1 is assigned to x. Remember, in the given order, in which order we assign the value, they are assigned in the same order. 1 is assigned to x, 2 is assigned to y, 3 is assigned to z. Perfect. Now check whether it is right or wrong. Type x. Now x contains 1. If x contains 1, perfect. Y contains 2, z contains 3. Okay, perfectly completed. Now here x comma y comma z is equal to 1 comma 2 only. Obviously, my next question. Here in the previous case, I have 3 variables. How many variables? 3 variables, x, y, z. How many values? 3 values. In the last case, 3 variables, 3 values. Perfect assignment is completed. Now the question is, I have 3 variables, but how many values? 2 values. So 1 is assigned to x, 2 is assigned to y. Then what about z? For z, you are assigned any value? No. Then what happens? Remember, it gives an error. It gives an error. Yes or no? What is error? Understand the type of error. It is very easy. Always remember, once you understand the type of error and you are in a position to resolve the error, then you are the perfect programmer. Always write the program with the error. Rectify those errors, then you will understand the topic. Suppose if I am completely write the program like this, if I am not written this one, then in any case, if an error occur, how to know that one this is an error? Compulsory, you need to learn error for each and every topic. I explain the errors, not a problem. Here, observe A comma, B comma, C, or else any variables, 1 comma 2. Now it gives an error. What is the error? We have low number of values. Understand the type of error? Not enough values. Not enough values to unpack. So pack. So 1, 2 is combined as a pack. Unpack in the sense by extracting 1 is assigned to first variable, 2 is assigned to second variable. For C, there is no variable. Observe the error, not enough values to unpack. I expected 3, but I got only 2. This is expected. Yes or no? You expected 3, but you got 2. Here, the very important question is, what is this one? This is the type of error, value error. Everyone must and should remember carefully. Value error. The error occurred in terms of values. So here, why value error occur? We are not assigning the value. Yes or no? That is value error. We will discuss different types of errors whenever we are moving on. Now, what is my next question? Anyone assume? Anyone? Any idea? Exactly. My next question is two variables, three values. Now, what is that happened? What happened in this one? Exactly. Problem or not? Problem or not? But here, one important point you need to understand. Error is fine. A comma B is equal to 1 comma 2 comma 3. Here, the important point is error is okay. Too many values to unpack. Yes or no? Here I have two variables, but I assigned three values. That is the reason in the previous case, not enough values to unpack. Here I have more than value. Very important thing, this one. In the previous case, I written expected 3. That means I need 3 values, but I provided only 2 values. But in this case, I written expected only. But why got is not written? You got my point? How the operation is performed means first one is assigned to x, next two is assigned to y, and then close. Here this is completed. Here 3 comma 4 5 6. How many you written? It will not consider the remaining. Whenever here 3 occur, automatically it displays. That is the reason how many I provided, it does not show. You got the point? That is the reason I expected only this one. Now, two cases. One is a simple assignment. Second one is multiple assignment. That means multiple values are assigned to multiple variables at a time. Again, I am repeating, multiple values to multiple variables. Yes or no? For example, next to my question is, if you want to assign a single value to multiple variable, how? Observe the difference. Here, what I am given? Multiple variables, multiple values. Perfect or not? My next question is multiple variables with the same value. Suppose the value is 3. All A, B, C need to store value 3. How can you store? A is equal to 3. B is equal to 3. C is equal to 3. Wastage of time. Yes or no? Here you can directly assign A is equal to, B is equal to, C is equal to 3. It is available in any language. Here this is the available in Python. Now what happens? Suppose A is equal to 5. What happened? 5 is assigned to A. Exactly. Always right side is assigned to left side. Now 3 is assigned to C. Now what C contains? 3. Now the value of C is assigned to B. Now B contains 3. Now that is assigned to A. Now A contains 3. Now up to now any doubts? The basic introduction to variable is completed. Here I am not covering what are the different types of variables, local, global, static, instance. I am not covering right now. So this is the basic introduction. Once we move on to the concept of functions, we have a topic functions. Under functions, I covered local variable, global variable, then scope, lifetime, in-depth knowledge about the variable. Whenever we are moving to the concept of class in object-oriented programming, there we will cover local variable, static variable, instance variable. But if you want to know all these things, you have to know the basic, level by level. We increase it level by level. Okay. The basic introduction to variable is completed. Any doubts? Anyone? Okay. If you have any doubt, ask me. Now, I am moving to the next part and the important part. Very, very important. So, previously, I said one point. Whenever a variable is created, the variable has some memory. That means memory is some address. Now, my next point is address. So, in which location your variable is stored? In which location your variable is stored? You want to know. So, here blindly I written at address 1000 my variable is stored. At address 2000 my variable be stored. Here in your system, which address the variable is stored? We are using a predefined function. What is mean by predefined? Already defined. Simply you can use. Redefined means already developed by the Python developer. You can simply use. No need to write the in detail logic. ID of. This is the function. Remember, ID of is the function which is used to get the address. How can you write? ID of A. Here it retrieves the address of A. Now I will show you. Suppose A is equal to 3, B is equal to 4. Okay. Just now I created two variables. A is equal to 3, B is equal to 4. Both are stored in the same location or different locations? 100%. Both are stored in different memory locations. Now check ID of A. This function returns what the value it gives, the address where the variable is stored. Remember, this function is very, very important. Address concept without knowing the address, I think you understand. Address is very, very important. So, how do you know address? By using ID. This is the address, simply not 1000, 2000. This is the address. At this address, the variable A is stored. Remember, so you are executing in your system, you are getting the same answer. Yes or no? No, this is the address in my system. Suppose in your system the address may change. Why? Because in each and every system the same location is not allocated. Yes or no? General basic thing. So it produces one value. Produces one value. Now ID of B, the address of B, both are same or different? Different. That means they store in different locations. Now, it is okay, clear. Now I will explain one important feature of Python. One important advantage of Python. I will explain clearly. Now understand carefully. First, I written a statement. A is equal to some 5. Understand? Very, very important. Whenever I am writing a value, A is equal to 5. So, referred by A, 5, assume an address is 1000. For our understanding, I am using address as 1000. Now, B is equal to some 4. You already know B, some 2000. Now important, C is equal to 5. What happens actually? If a variable is created, some memory is allocated. But what happens in Python? In Python, whenever a variable is created, this is the first time creation. Check any memory location consists of a value with 5. Remember, what happened? It checks the complete memory. Is any location consist with a value 5 or not? Is the first time 5 is existed or not? First time. No, this is my first time. This first time there is no memory location. That is the reason you are created the memory. Yes or no? First time that is empty. No variable is created. First time 5 is not existed. You are created the memory. Whenever this operation is b is equal to 4 happened, again they perform the same thing. Is any memory location is created with a value 4? Initially, no. So automatically created. Now understand? C is equal to 5. Again, each and every step they are doing the same thing. Any memory location is existed with a value 5 or not. Yes. Already existed or not?
Yes,
Yeah.
please, sir.
Then,
Sir,
yes, please.
can you please repeat the C variable
Okay,
address
okay.
again?
Yes, yes, I'm repeating. Oh, that's all. So what is the notice? I am repeating. First time A is equal to 5. First time, no memory is allocated. Now it checks the complete memory whether any value, any memory location is created with the value 5 or not. First time it is not created. So I created the memory location with a value 5. Now B is equal to 4. First time, no memory is created with a value 4. So, a new memory is created. Now, very, very important. C is equal to 5. What happens? It also checks is any memory is created with a value 5 or not. Yes, already existed. Yes or no? Already existed. So, instead of creating a new memory, C also points to the same location to save the memory. You got the point? What is one of the advantage? Saving the memory. Why wastage of memory? Already 5 is stored in one memory location. Instead of creating the new memory, 5 is also, that is C also refer the same memory location. Check, check whether it is right or wrong. How can we check? We already have the concept of address. Now, C is equal to some 3. Already A is equal to 3, C is equal to 3. Now, what is ID of C? ID of C fixed 488, 4488, that one. Yes or no? Now compare ID of A gives address of A, ID of C gives address of C. Is both addresses same or different? Same. That means if a value is created with one memory location, if any new value occurred, that is also referred to the same memory location. Okay, clear? Now, here in mathematics, not technical, in mathematics, these 2, 3, 4, 5 are called which numbers? All those are called whole numbers, right or wrong? In mathematically, the numbers are called whole numbers. So, what are the real numbers? Mathematically, we know real numbers, some 2.3, 3.4, 5.6, all those are called real numbers. Yes or no? For example, here I am creating a variable only holds whole numbers. No, a variable can hold any type. Variable can hold whole numbers. A variable can hold real numbers also. Suppose some d is equal to 2.3. D is equal to 2.3. What is idea of D? For any type of value, whether it is a whole number or a real number, any type of value, some address is created. So, this is the address for D. This is the address for D. Now, and remember, you have a doubt. Sir, 5 and 5.0, both are equal or not equal? Remember, 5 and 5.0 both are 100% not equal. You assume that events are only 0.0. This is also not considered. Both are not equal. That is important. Now, some variable is equal to 2.3. Now, what is the idea of D? You definitely guess. What is the idea of D? D value is 2.3. E value is also 2.3 according to my previous conversation. So D, E also, sorry, not D, sorry, E. According to my previous conversation, E also points to same. Both have same address. But see the answer? Different. That means my previous statement is wrong. Remember that the previous point is correct. Remember, we have to add an additional point, that is that the concept is applicable for only whole numbers. Only whole numbers. You got the point? Yes. Again, we have one more restriction. Not at all completed. The point only whole numbers. One more restriction. What is the restriction? Suppose x is equal to some 512, y is equal to 512, some values. ID of x. This is address of x. ID of y. This is address of y. Both are same or different? But x value is 512, y value is also 512. But we are getting different addresses. Suppose x is equal to 256. I will show you step by step. Y is equal to 256. Now, ID of x, ID of y, same or different? Same. Now, my last point, x is equal to 257. From this, you will understand the complete knowledge. Y is equal to 2.257, ID of x and ID of y. Any conclusion? Now, I explained here different types of values. You got any conclusion? Anyone? Any conclusion?
Yes.
Yes,
Up to
any value
256.
exceeding 256 gets a
Exactly. That
different
is the
address.
final conclusion. Yes. Here the conclusion is they compare up to 256. 256. Observe here I given x value and y value as 256. They store in the same address. They store in the same address. Suppose whenever my value is 257, they move to different location. Now, what is the finalized point? ID finalized point is whenever you are creating a value or a variable with some value, and that value must be a whole number, and that value must be less than or equal to 256, then only allocate the same memory. After 256 onwards, it allocates some other memory. You got the point? That is the address concept. Remember, that is the address concept. Now you understand what is a variable, how it holds the value. The basic point is completed. Just now we listen two types of values. What are the two types of values? Whole numbers and real numbers. That are mathematical term. Now what is my aim? I am moving into technically. Move to technically. That is data type. The most important point. Data type. Data means information. That is value. Type means you already know two types. Whole number, it is a type. Real number, this is a type. So, what data type? Data type specifies the type of value that is stored in a variable. What data type specifies? Data type specifies the type of value stored in a variable. Stored in a variable. Now, what are different data types that are available? Different data types. Okay. Again, I am repeating. What is a variable? Variable is a memory location to hold the value. You discussed all these things. Here observe, again I am repeating, one important point is less than or equal to 256 only multiple variables refer to the same location. After 256 onwards, each variable have different memory location. You got it? Exactly. That is completed. Now, what is another point? Here, this is the point. In mathematically, 2.3 is called real number, and 3, 4, 256, 512, all those are called whole numbers. Technically, the whole numbers are called integers. Remember the word from now onwards. You have to remember a word, integers. What is mean by integers? The whole numbers are called integers. Here I am using the word integers, but what is the data type? The data type is int. Integer is the word which is used to specify the whole number. The data type name is int. Now onwards, what is int? Int is a data type. Int specifies which type of values you can store in the variable. Any doubt? Yes. Int to store whole numbers. Now, what is my second one? Real points, real numbers. Yes, technically those are called floating. Technically, real numbers are called floating. What is the data type? Float. Here you need to remember this. No need to remember integer floating. You need to remember into float. Into specify integer values. Float to specify real values. That is whole numbers, real numbers. My third one is character. Remember, up to now we are assigning the values 2, 3, 2.3, 512, 256. And a variable can hold a character. What is a character? How it holds? No problem. We are moving step by step. What is the data type? The data type name is char. Remember, the data type name is char. Finally, the last one, Boolean. The last one, Boolean. Boolean in the sense, remember, in the integer, we are storing any number in the form of whole. Any whole number is stored in integer. Coming to floating, we can store any floating value. Coming to character, actually here I am writing the character. Remember, originally there is no concept of character. But why I am writing in the sense, this is the thing available in all the programming languages. To provide differentiation only, I am writing the character here. So there is no concept of character in Python. Okay, remember there is no concept. Suppose in C, C++, Java, we have a char data type, but Python does not have char data type. Python, everything is treated as a string. That is a new topic. Whenever the topic occurs, I will explain. Okay. Now, Boolean. Boolean is available in Java. So, integer takes whole numbers, float takes real numbers, Boolean, the data type name is BOOL, bool, which takes true or false. Which takes true or false. Here in Python, we have an additional type that is complex numbers. I think you know the complex numbers. Any number of the form 2 plus 3j. Such type of numbers are called complex numbers. The data type name is complex. Okay. Now what you need to remember? You need to remember int, which is used to store whole numbers. Float, which is used to store real numbers. Complex, which is used to store complex numbers. And then Boolean, used to store true or false. Generally, these are the basic data types, are also called as primitive data types. These are called basic data types, are also called as primitive data types. What is the meaning of primitive data types? Primitive means compulsory. Primitive means compulsory. Now, remember the most important word. Each and every primitive data type can hold how many number of values? Single value. A primitive data type variable. A primitive data type variable can hold only a single value. Based on these primitive or basic data types, we have some advanced data types also available. What are those advanced data types? The advanced data types are string, list, tuple, dictionary, set. Okay, so no problem. We will discuss all those things. String, list, tuple, dictionary, set. For example, consider a list. Assume a list is some collection of elements. List is collection of elements. Each element is either integer type, either Boolean type, either a float type or a complex type. You got my point? Boolean, complex, int, float, all those are basic data types. If you want to create a list, or if you want to create a dictionary, or if you want to create a tuple, it consists of that primitive data types. Without primitive data types, it is not possible to create these advanced data types. Generally, these are called collections. These are called data structures. Okay. Whatever it is, we will move step by step. What is my first step? Int. My first step is int. Okay. Move to data type int. Today I will cover int. Int data type specifies whole numbers. Before going to Python, if anyone knows C, C++, Java, okay. If anyone don't know, I will explain in detail clearly. First, I am moving into C. Why? Without knowing this one, it is not possible to learn this one. In C language, suppose my program is to perform addition of two numbers. To perform addition of two numbers. Here I am writing my program hash include stdio.h. Understand the program main. Within the main, what is the first step? Always remember the first step is declaration. Remember the word, very, very important. The word declaration. What is mean by declaration? You have to declare the variables that we are going to use in your program. Suppose addition of two numbers. How many variables you require? Two. So two variables hold the value. And is any other variable is required? Yes, we required one more variable to store the value. Suppose in my program, I am using three variables a comma b comma c. Assume all are integers. Here int is a data type. Yes or no? Int is a data type space a comma b comma c. This is the must and should you have to write this statement. What is the meaning of this statement? This is called declaration. This statement specified in my program. I am using three variables A, B, C. What is the data type of variables? What is the data type of the variables? Int. I think online students also understanding. If any doubts, ask me immediately. So ABC only stores integer. I created the statement like this, only integers. Suppose in my program I am given A is equal to 2, B is equal to 3, some C is equal to A plus B, and print the value of C. My program is completed successfully. Here, what is the problem? For example, here I changed A is equal to some 2.3. Now, anyone, what happens? Now the answer is, suppose B is equal to 3. Generally, remember type conversion, typecasting, that advanced thing. Basically, you are declaring A as integer, but you are assigning a floating value. Is it allowed? That is the
Not
problem in the remaining languages. What is the problem? Before usage of a variable, first you have to declare the variable. After declaration, you have to assign the value according to the data type. Here I am declaring A as an integer. Before declaration, you must and should assign an integer value. Suppose if you are assigning a float value, it gives an error. Why? Because here you declared integer A as integer, but you are assigning a wrong value. That is problem. That problem is overcome in Python. That is one of the feature. In futures, I am not explaining one point. One feature is Python is dynamically typed. Very, very important. Everyone note down this one. Very, very important. Python is dynamically typed language. So this is the very, very advantage of Python compared to remaining programming languages. Compared to remaining programming languages, this is a very, very advantage. What is mean by dynamic? You know the term dynamic. Dynamic in the sense at the time of running, at the time of usage. So here dynamically typed means in Python, you no need to declare the variable. So this statement is not at all required. No need to declare the variable. That means, so these are the variables I am going to use in my program, and these variables hold only this type of data. Such information is not at all required. Now the question is how the variable stored and what is the type of the variable? You got my point? Here simply by seeing this statement, I clearly specified A is an integer type, B is an integer type, C is an integer type. Yes. But in Python, here I am not declared any variable. Then how can you say that? Suppose A is an integer variable, B is a float variable. How? How? Simply the variable data type is assigned based on directly the type of value that we assigned. For example, here I am writing a complete program starting series 1 fresh. This is my Python program. Here I am writing A is equal to 3. This is the first line. This is the first line. No need of any declaration. No need of anything. A is equal to 3. Automatically system consider as A is an integer type. System consider as A is an integer type. How? Based on the value that we assigned. Based on the value that we assigned. B is equal to 2.3. System consider this one as float. C is equal to 2 plus 3j. System consider as complex. D is equal to true. Capital T. Remember, in Java, true and false are small letters. But coming to Python, T. In true, T is capital. In false, F is capital. Then only they are considered as a Boolean value. If you are writing small t in the sense, it does not consider as a Boolean value. Now, what is the data type? Boolean. This is my basic introduction, not completed. Again, integer, we have some subparts, decimal number, octal, hexadecimal number, binary number. We will discuss in detail, not only the basics. Right now, here, what I am explaining, what is the meaning of dynamically typed? This is the frequently asked interview question. How can you say that Python is a dynamically typed language? So this is the answer. In Python, no need to declare the variable before the uses. Whenever you require a variable, directly you can use the variable. Suppose right now I required X variable, directly you can use X. Okay, now what I am saying, based on the value, yes or no? Based on the value, the data type is fixed. Here I know integer, float to, complex to, boolean. Suppose if you want to check practically, you have a function type. Remember the function. Up to now, what is the function we are getting? Anyone give in the comment also? Up to now, we discussed one predefined function. What is that one? ID. Okay, everything is clear. Now we are moving into one more function, that is type. So the type function specify the type of the data type. Simply the type of value present in a variable. Based on the value, it gives the type. So the type is either integer, floating, complex, boolean, whatever it is. And here also some advanced data types. What are those? String. The data type name is str. Tuple data type. List data type. DICT dictionary. The data type name is dictionary. Set. These are also data types. Each and everything is identified by using type function. Now move step by step. Here I am using the variable a is equal to some 34. B is equal to some 2.34. C is equal to 2 plus 3J. D is equal to true. D is equal to true. Okay. Just now I created four variables. Now type of A integer. Here what is a class? Whenever you know object oriented, then you understand what is a class. Right now, know this one int. So or else, instead of writing in the script this one interactive mode, I open the script mode for practicing. What is the procedure? File, new file. Here within the new file, write your logic. A is equal to 2 for practicing purpose. B is equal to some 2.3. C is equal to some 2 plus 5J. D is equal to some true. Remember one important point. You no need to place a semicolon at the end of statement. If you know the remaining languages C, C++, Java, a statement must be ended with a semicolon. But in Python, no need to place semicolon. Now, assume print is a function. I am explaining in detail about print later. Print is the function which is used to display output. The purpose of print function is to display the output. For example, ignore the remaining points. I will explain print later. The type of A is comma type of A. Now you need to learn only this one. Now your intention is only this one. Already we are executed. Yes or no? Type of A. So remaining what is print, what is the double quotation, what is the statement, comma. Ignore all the things. Step by step you will get. Now type of B is equal to, here I am writing B. Type of, see, this is the way to practice the programs in script mode. Always practice the programs in script mode also. D. Okay. Now my program is completed. In the last session I discussed, you have to save the program. Control S or file save. It shows the path where you want to save your program. So in the last session, I showed this one. This is the path where your Python software is installed. Within this path, you can directly save the program, or else here what I am doing, I created a folder for you with the batch number. Click on this folder. Now here I am within this folder, I save the program. What is the name? You can give any name. Suppose I am giving the name as check type for easy understanding in the future purpose. Check type dot py save. So already shown in the last session. Simply save the file in your location, not only fixed one. You can move to any location. Now select run. Simply click on run module. Remember, each and every script, each and every Python file is considered as a module. We discuss different types of modules. In sessions, I discuss statistics module, OS module, math module, different modules, regular expression, RE module, random module. I will explain different modules, not a problem. Run module, click on this one. Automatically, we are getting the answer. Now, see this one. A is an integer, B is a float, C is a complex, D is Boolean, right or wrong? Yes. This is how to get the type of data. Now, just now we listen the 4 basic data types. Now, what we discuss in the next session? In the next session, we will move in depth to each and every one. First, we take integer. What are the different bases in integer? After that, float. After that, complex, Boolean. Once that is completed, next we are moving into the next topic. Okay, that's all for today. If you have any doubt, ask me. I already repeated at any point of time. If you have any doubt, you can unmute and ask the doubts. Not a problem. Then only you will clarify and continue with the remaining topic. Now, anyone having any doubts?
Sir,
Yes.
sir, I opened IDLE and started typing A equals to 2, B equals to 2. So if we have to
Okay.
get the answer, do we need to click enter?
Yes.
But it's not coming, sir. It's just going to the next line.
Okay. Okay. See my screen. Is my screen is visible? Okay. Here I am writing A is equal to 2. You also type to the same fashion?
Yes, sir.
Yes. Press enter. The
I
answer is not coming. When the answer,
sir.
yes.
Sir, please open a new window and then type it now.
Your voice is very low. Suppose I open from the starting, you will understand.
Yes. Yeah.
Close this one. I am opening the new window, IDLE. Press enter. Now, so what is the statement you written? A is equal to 2, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Press enter. Now, whenever you are type the variable, the value is displayed. A. Now the value is displayed. So here in the first step, A is equal to 2, just to assign the value. Whenever you are using the variable name, that value is displayed. This is your doubt or any other else?
So after typing A equals to 2, should I press enter?
Yes, you have to press enter.
Okay. It went to the next line, sir. It did not came like this. A.
Okay. You are typing the same message?
Yes, sir. Now it came. Okay. We
Okay.
again need to we again need to type A here.
Okay, no problem. Now it's clear? Perfect.
Yes, sir.
Yes. Any other else? And one important thing is from tomorrow onwards, the link may be changed. I will share the link to you, no problem. So if any unpaid students, please pay the fee and the 3 demo sessions are completed. We will continue with the topic from tomorrow onwards. Any
Sir, you were
others?
supposed to show the installation part.
Yes, I forgot. I will show you the installation part. Okay, wait. If anyone wants the installation, you can stay on the session, or otherwise you can leave the session. That is your wish. Okay, my session is completed. I will clarify the doubts. First, to go to any web browser. Any web browser. Suppose here I am selecting some Google.
Okay.
Okay. Here, go to the official website. The official website is python.org. This is the official website. From this website, download Python. Press enter. Now, once you press enter, so this is the page visible to you. Now here, the option downloads. Now, which operating system you are using? Based on the operating system, you select the version. So here generally you are using Windows right now, assume. So directly
Yes.
move to Windows. If you are using Mac, select the Mac. Any platform, click on this one. Now, this is the version. This is the version. Or if you want any other version, this is the latest version. If you want any other version, click on this window. Click on this window. These are the different versions that are released up to now. You can select any one. You can click on any one. But right now, generally we are using latest version. Click on this one, Python 3.11.2. Simply click on this link. Automatically, it downloads an installer. It downloads an installer. Now, from now onwards, you have to do manually. How means? Click on this installer. After clicking on this installer, it asks a message, install custom install. Select the option install, select the option install and click next to next to next, close. The software is installed. Very, very simple. Within 2 minutes, less than 2 minutes, the software is installed. Only simple thing is select install, next to next to next. Okay, perfect. I
Okay,
already
sir.
installed
Thank
my
you.
system. If I try to install once again, it is not possible. That is the reason I explained the thing. Okay.
No problem, sir. Thank you.
Okay. One question. What is the difference between integer and a variable? Both are names to value. No. Variable and integer both are different. What is meaning of variable? Variable is a memory location to store the value. Integer specify the type of value. Remember, both are names. Only variable is named to the value. Only variable is named to the value. What is the type of value? Integer is the type of value that are stored in a variable. Suppose a is equal to 5. In this statement, a is called variable, 5 is called value, and 5 is of integer type. That is the point.
Uh,
Clear?
Sorry, sir. The question is difference between variable and identifier, because variable a is equal
Identifier.
to 2 and identifying a value is also right.
Yes, yes, I'm getting your point. Both are names. What is the original definition? Variable is an identifier. That means identifier is a general term to give some rules. Identifier is a generic term which specifies some set of rules. The rules are applied to variable also. Actually, there is no identifier. Variable is a called identifier, function is called identifier, everything is called identifier. Identifier means I fixed some set of rules. The rules are applied to each and everything. You got point?